Hey guys, and welcome back for another short flow. Today's sequence has specifically been designed to help you recover post-run. You're not going to need anything at all, just some space on the floor. If you have a mat, go ahead and grab one, but you could equally do this whilst you're outside, straight after your run, without using a mat or anything at all. So whenever you're ready, come and join me in Tadasana. The first movement we are going to do today is a simple ankle rotation. So you're going to move your body weight over one standing leg, release the other foot off the floor, and just slowly rotate the ankle outwards. Maybe for 8 to 10 rotations in one direction. And then when you've done roughly that number of rotations, you're going to rotate the ankle back the other way. So it might feel a bit weird when you start to draw the circle with your toes in the other direction. If you've got uneasy balance, you can always do this holding onto a gate, a wall, a fence, whatever you've got to hand. And then once you've done 8 to 10 rotations in both directions on one foot, come back to center, switch sides, and repeat on the other ankle. So this is really good for mobilizing the joint, promoting the movement of all your synovial fluids to cover the joint, which helps protect them. Also increase your blood flow and improve your mobility. So for any recovery, we need our blood flow, and then back the other way if you haven't switched already. You need the blood flow to distribute all the vital nutrients that your body needs, and I'm really struggling with this ankle to go in the opposite direction. So you guys might find that too, that one side's harder than the other, or you just can't draw a circle in the opposite direction, and that's perfectly normal. Once you've done both feet, just slowly come back to center, maybe shake your legs out if you need to, and we're going to do, so we've mobilized the ankle, we're now going to stretch it. So we've been running like this, you need to start balancing out the body and stretching it back in the other way to prevent any injuries or repetitive strains caused from that motion. So we're simply just going to, again, take the body weight over to one leg, place the top of the foot down, so sole of the foot is pointing up, and you might just want to slide it back slightly. We're going to tap the knee to the floor to get a stretch through the front of that ankle, and then lift all the way back up. We're going to do 5 of these on each side. So feel that stretch, work within the stretch. 3, 4, 5, and then switch sides. So again, you might find one side feels a bit more different or a bit harder to the other. 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back to standing. From here, we're simply going to stand in Tadasana, feet hip distance apart. Take a soft bend at the knees. We're going to get into the lower back and the glutes. So we're going to inhale as we reach up tall, and then exhale as we hinge at the hips and coming into that Uttanasana forward folds variation in Ragdoll. We're going to draw the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, opposite hand to opposite elbow, and you're just going to hang out here for 5 or so breaths. Just gently ease into those hips, those glutes, the hamstrings. Release off the lower back. Couple more breaths. And you can swing like I am. You could bounce up and down if that's what you prefer, or you can just stay still. There's no wrong or right way to do this. Just work into that hip, lower back area. And then when you're ready, release the hands to the floor. We're going to come into an IT band stretch now. So you could do this simply with your feet hip distance apart like so, palms together, the hands to heart, and then take one elbow to one knee, straighten the other leg, and look out over the shoulder until you feel that stretch down the side of the leg. Take a couple of deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, come back to center, and then switch sides. So right elbow comes to the inside of the right leg, straighten the left leg, look out over the left shoulder. Take a couple of deep breaths. So you're aiming for 3 to 5 breaths minimum on each side. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Or you could come back to center and you could take one foot just slightly in front of the other. Take one hand to the floor and then inhale as you lift and twist, open to one side. So you should feel that stretch in the IT band, but also down the back of the hamstring as well. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Step the foot back, step the other foot forwards, and again, set yourself up. Try and find that nice stacked position with your feet with straight legs, and then inhale to lift and twist with the other one. So you're getting into the hips and the side body as well with this. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and step back. The next movement we're going to do is lunge to pyramid. So we're going to limber the two poses, stretching the groin and the hip flexors as well as the hamstrings at the same time. So you will need to put your hands on the floor for this one. So try and find a non-muddy patch if you're outside. Take a big step back with one leg, hands to the floor, and set yourself up in that low lunge position. So dropping the back knee to the floor, reach the heart forwards and come all the way into that lunge, just making sure that knee's stacked onto the ankle. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. This is where we're aiming for with this stretch. From here, we're going to inhale as we pull backwards and fold over our leg as we exhale into that pyramid pose. And then inhale to lunge. Exhale to fold. We're going to do 3 more of these, so 5 in total. So inhale to lunge. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to fold. Last one. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to fold. From here, we're just going to step back to down facing dog, switch sides. So bringing that left foot forwards, right knee comes to the floor. Inhale as you find yourself in that low lunge position. Find that stretch in the right hip flexor this time. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, pull back to pyramid pose. And again, 5 each side, so 4 to go. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to pyramid. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to pyramid. 2 to go. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to pyramid. And then step through to your Uttanasana forward fold. Coming back into that Uttanasana forward fold. Just take a moment there in ragdoll again if you want to. Release off the lower back, the hips, the hamstrings. It's never a bad thing to take a moment in this pose. Let the spine decompress. And then inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands. So we've done the backs of the legs, the hips, the hamstrings, and the ankles. You're probably feeling a little bit tight in your quads. So you could do this as a kneeling couch stretch if you're at home, or you've got a dry spot of land that you can do it on outside. Or you could come to a standing position and simply grab same hand to same foot, bringing the heel in towards the bum and taking a moment in that couch stretch, stretching off that quad. So keep the knees nice and close together. Try and pull them together and try and keep extended through this hip. You could use the other hand to just pull that heel in even tighter and just hold for 5 or so breaths. And then relax when you've done one side and switch sides to the other. So again, same hand, same foot, but opposite side. Bring those knees together, so protect your knees. Find your balance. If you need to hold onto a fence or a wall, then feel free. Use the other hand to increase the pressure, bringing that heel in towards the glute. Find that stretch in your quad down the front of your leg or front of your thigh. And again, just 5 or so breaths. So you've probably got 2 or so more to go. And then exhale to relax. We also need to do the calves. So you might have touched on that with the pyramid pose, but you can do a simple standing stretch for the calf. So you're just going to take one foot in front of the other and try and push. So bend in the front leg and try and push and extend that back leg to the floor. So the more you bend the front leg, the more you can increase that stretch into the back of that calf. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly step forwards and step back with the other foot and repeat on the other side. So finding that position, make sure you press the heel to the floor if you can, feel that stretch in the back of the calf, and then use the front leg as your kind of adjustment leg to get deeper into the stretch if you need to. You'll probably feel a little bit of this in your ankle as well. Again, we're just taking 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. And then step forwards to release and shake off. The final stretch of today is going to get into your hips. So you could do pigeon pose at home, you could do a seated variation of this, but if you're out, the likelihood is you're not going to want to roll around in the ground. So I'm going to show you a quick standing option. So it's called a standing figure of 4 stretch. Again, you might need a wall, a fence, a gate to hold on to. You're going to bring your weight over to one of your legs, and then you're going to cross at the ankle with the other leg. Bring the hands together and then just simply sit back into your heels. So keep the chest nice and lifted, sit back into your hips, so send the hips backwards, keep the heel flat on the floor and just come all the way down till you feel that stretch in the hip and the glute, and just take 3 or 4, maybe even 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then inhale to come back up, release the foot and switch sides. So opposite ankle now crosses over the other knee. Find your balance, hands to heart, and sit back into that stretch. So this is called standing figure of 4 or crouching tiger pose. You should really feel this one in your hip. It's a lovely posture. Couple more deep breaths to go. Last deep breath all the way in. And then inhale to come all the way up, exhale, release. And you're done. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope it helped you recover after all your running that you're probably doing at the moment. Enjoy, send me your feedback in the comments below, and have a good day. Bye.